not stream if we want to.
Wait, hold off the streaming. When Peter asks that, that means there's tea. Slow your
Well,
roll,
this is
Mark
being sent
Major.
to custom live streaming service. Okay, we're online. Hello, internet.
Everything is
Hello,
cool,
internet.
and there's no.
Everything is
Hello,
cool.
internet.
Everything is
No.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wait, and that's the problem with the Canadian post office.
Someday when we're famous streamers, we'll have a producer. I don't have to worry about that.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah. We had a producer for that. The masks game that
Oh yeah, that was cool.
that was fun. Didn't have to do anything but run the game. It was great. If there's any producers watching, we can't pay you. Let's see, what are we playing? We're playing the Silt versus. It's the beginning of the session. Keeper does a recap. Okay, fine. Recap. Current assignments are. Let me do last week's first. I didn't take great notes. Mort hit all the buttons. Oh, right, the elevator. Y'all we're in the basement with the flesh pit.
Oh yeah.
Suspiciously inviting elevator, which everyone got into. Mort hit all the buttons.
It was inviting us.
And on the way back, on the way up, Sebastian gave himself some concrete rot. Being too good.
Tis a flesh wound.
Literally, all my flesh is wounded. There's you got to the courtyard, or the lobby. There's a bunch of creepy murals there, and that's where the sort of the base of the attack of the front of the Silt, the Slag Kings guys were. There was the Monger guy who drank some molten steel in front of you to prove how cool he was.
If I had a penny every time someone did that.
So the entire notes I have for this entire section are Monger, etc., rebar attack, and zap zap, which I think means
Oh, Zeph electrocuted me.
yeah, Zeph electrocuted you. There's some use of the special ability that folks got. Oh, the afflicted guy with no legs pulling himself around. There was a bad roll at some point, and the entire lobby exploded in death and cement and rebar, and then we rolled that back. And only a little bit death and rebar happened. Sebastian refused the call for the special power. I think Ren took it instead. Is that right? Did Ren take
Yeah, I have some kind of weird thing now.
Yeah.
And I believe, isn't that what they used to solve the mystery in the end?
Yeah. And then you bubbled up to the top and
Oh yeah.
we did some theorizing, and then you used the ritual of the Skyward Sprawl and also called on the Cairn Maiden because right, you used the Skyward Sprawl power to kill the guy inside it, which made the building collapse, which you are on top of.
Oh, oops.
And you called on the Cairn Maiden, and giant woman version of Cairn Maiden came and reached into the building and pulled the guy.
All I want to see is giant woman.
And that's where we left it. So I think we left it with you on top of a collapsing building.
Oh
So, yeah, this will be real quick. Building collapses, we're all dead. Thanks for playing Silt versus.
Roll credits.
Somebody wants to.
Next up, triangle agency. There we go.
Freeze frames of exciting situations.
Next up, opens with people drinking coffee at a diner.
Just finally
I like
Ren killing Grover.
Or just like, like a freeze frame and like like 5 years later, like, well, he like this person was dead, and this person was dead in this way, and actually
Grover is
everyone here is
somehow
dead.
still alive.
Yeah,
That's
Grover
crazy.
remains.
Let's never talk about it again. Recap of the assignments. You completed Skyward Sprawl. I think everyone got rewards for it. Is that right? I believe so.
Oh, I don't know if I
Oh, I didn't.
wrote.
I
I
need to
don't
do
think
that.
I actually wrote anything down.
Excellent. Excellent.
I remember just briefly discussing it and saying, "Oh, I think I'll probably take this," and then
Oh yeah, you said you claimed something.
Yeah.
Maybe I think it's in the
And
Oh, I
then
need
Facebook
to write that
messages.
me.
journey move. Jeez.
The rewards that are on the assignments tab for it are a valuable geometric artwork from the Penthouse collection, a lump of concrete jackhammered from a wall with a sigil carved in it, novice Timber, who you didn't meet, but we're going to replace him with the other novice, becomes a recurring character. You get one extra clue when you seek help from him. A government manual entitled Architectural Miracles, Guidelines for Neutralization, and an elixir that dissolves concrete and melts steel. How do those?
I think I was going to take Novice Timber.
Yeah, and so I think that became novice rebar.
Yeah.
That also-
Is there a good place in the keeper to put like people?
um,
Like where are you putting your vultures and followers?
My
No.
heart.
Probably the best
That's a
place.
good point, though. I should put that in my notes, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey Boo, could you put those in the chat or say them again?
They're in the assignment tab.
Yeah, they're in the side-
Oh, thank
Down at the
you.
bottom.
of the Skyward Sprawl.
Appreciate it.
I unless somebody else is dying for it, I think I'll just take the geometric artwork.
Nice.
Feels like something Sebastian would do as we're falling. I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
This is nice.
Why am I not seeing this? Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. Found
yeah.
it.
Cool Google Sheets trick I learned from another GM. If you the little bubbles up top that have our pictures in them, if you click on someone's bubble
Oh, what?
to the cell that they're focused on. So,
Ah,
so we have a giant page of NPCs. You can say, click on me to see this NPC, and it takes you right.
oh, wow. That's
Party in a
really-
spreadsheet, next level.
Something to keep in mind
but
for the New Year's spreadsheet.
I don't see people's
Yes.
bubbles because I'm on my laptop and have it in full screen mode because I have so little screen real estate.
Oh, no.
I need all that I can get. If I don't have it
think I
in full
want-
screen mode, like half my screen is taken up by the top pane of this character sheet, and the bottom pane, I'm like scrolling through this much screen.
At first, I was interested in the manual, but that does feel more like our librarians might like it. And dissolving concrete would be very fun. So I think I'll take the elixir unless Hugh has, Hugh and Zeph have druthers. Or Hugh, Zeph, you got the rebar.
Yeah, novice
Mhm.
rebar.
Cool. That was rebar. Okay. Yeah, Hugh, I guess I'll take what you don't want.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm amused by Hugh ending up with the manual.
Yeah.
Like just somehow it's like,
Yeah, and that's the
no, get rid of it.
And
soon.
just like,
Destroyed it.
yeah, I'm gonna destroy it for advantage. Boom, done.
I'll get rid of it. I love that I'll get rid of it soon.
I think
Okay.
I think
Rid
it's
of it
even more
soon.
amusing if like Hugh was about to be like select something else, and everybody else was just like, and of course Hugh will take the manual.
Oh, of course Hugh wants this. He was like reaching
What?
for the elixir.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Unlimited power to dissolve concrete.
Wow. Cool. If everyone's done with that, I'm gonna close that, and it is resolved. Bloop.
Wait,
So-
wait.
Wait. Oh no.
Can I
Please.
copy it first?
Yep,
Oh, it's
yep.
just hidden, right? I could just get it back.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
just
have to be a baby about
Get
it.
it back, get it back.
Okay.
Going to
Got it.
try to stay strategically muted and not subject the world to my
Wait a
coughing
minute.
fits, which won't go away.
No.
Oh no.
I need to go back there for a second because I
Yeah.
copied the wrong thing. Is it still there? Is it still there? Yes, okay. Okay, and then if I go there.
I have to
Okay,
add
hang out, guys.
more rows to my altar or whatever we're naming it this time. So
Oh,
sorry if I fucked the entire spreadsheet.
Doom.
Oh my, what happened there?
I don't know what I did.
Fucker!
I fucked
Spreadsheet
it.
fucker!
Yeah.
Spreadsheet.
To remedy this.
I don't know what I did. I'm sorry. I'm gonna undo it.
I just did it. Oh, wait.
Oh, thank you.
So the triangle agency.
There you go.
Yeah, the
That's
triangle agency.
Good time. It's like
That'd be
it's like exactly like the Magnus Archives meets Severance. It's so good. Yeah, and there are a lot of. I'll send you like the player version of the player section of the book, because there are some like amazing surprises in there. There's like the intro, the player section, the general manager section, and then the playwalled section, which not even the GM is supposed to read until. And there's just like every time it's like, oh, you level up here, or go to K3 and then read that thing, and then get a power or get fucked or something. It's looks amazing. Cool, but here we are. We still have 2 assignments left. The Miraculous Clinic of the Bleeding Witness.
I'm sure everything's fine there.
Everything is totally fine. The 2 remaining questions which you may choose to solve are which outlawed faith poses the greatest threat there? And you can resolve that by making an example of the followers and severing their god from the clinic, and it gives you the special move God Killer. That's a complexity 4. Also, complexity 4 is who is secretly funding the unsanctioned work of the clinic. You can resolve the assignment by making the sponsor of the clinic, by unmasking the sponsor of the clinic and reporting their activities to authority. You get 2 rewards and gain the condition Hero, which, yeah, interesting. And then Godfeed is also an active assignment. We have 1 clue for that one, and that is the one where you got the illicit God Slaughterhouse. The 2 questions are both complexity 6, and it's either what is the secret to this facility's success and what is its critical flaw. Resolve the assignment by nudging the abattoir to its imminent oblivion. Second is why should some of these slaughterhouses stock be seized? And that
Okay, hear me out on this.
Yes, absolutely, we will.
Yeah, that's procuring a stock for government use, not your own.
Oh.
So I'm going to
What
be
if we are the
selecting
government?
secretly undercut the government.
I'm sure the Bureau needs a QA tester sample, make sure it's up to snuff.
You don't want that Godflesh.
All of a sudden, there's an independent sovereign nation.
The Institute will also be available once those 2 are completed. So that is imminent. So no new assignment will come up until
Until a small child walks by and is possessed.
I realized last time I had the question struggle with your personal faith, and I didn't mark it off because a giant version of my God came up. I was like, well,
Well,
This
I
brings
guess
up
they're could have struggled, but
a good question. Since I know at least a couple of us, if not all of us, are completely leveled up,
Mhm.
do we still keep track of XP for any reason?
Sure, if it's fun for you.
Right, but I mean,
hand it off
obviously,
to
it's
me. I could still
it's
use
still
some
fun
things.
to use those questions as like story character drivers, but like there's no practical effect anymore from
Practical.
collecting.
Yeah, we have capped out level 20. Speaking of questions, go ahead and choose new end of session questions if you don't like the ones that you already have.
I'll mark XP for the ones that I got.
We don't have any unresolved moves or narration, I don't think, and there are no new assignments to.
I do have a couple of advancements queued up.
Oh yeah, you had a journey you wanted to.
Yeah, and I don't know where I write
Yeah.
this in exactly.
I'm gonna have to do the same because journey scene was my only thing left. So
I think those will probably be down in notes, or there's the journey scene tab. Oh, look at that! At the bottom of the journey scene tab, there are a bunch of blank journey scenes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, in fact, there is one that's not blank anymore. The chilled bank vault for Ren. Is that right?
oh yeah, I really haven't written that yet. I was just
Yeah.
like,
Looks
there's a bank
and-
vault I visit.
and put blank scenes for us there. That's nice.
Okay, sorry, I had every intention to write this up at some point in the last 2 weeks, but let's see here.
We had some wishes last time. Wishes were getting the journey move. Making a tab for followers. We can definitely do that. Hey, look at that, followers. Mm. Make that look like whatever you want. Conspiracy has entered the chat. Yep. Remember to use Hope more. Hope and Grover and Mort.
Despair, hope and despair.
We Paper Angel still in play to find. Because the floating market gave you the little mini assignment to find an appropriate sacrifice to power up the warden. And Sebastian was thinking about using the little Paper Angel for that. Wrap up the things and get to the conspiracy. Remember your altar objects and more verses. Check more verses because we're coming to the end. So
We got 'em.
cool. Speaking of which, you are on top of a collapsing building. The Cairn Maiden has reached into the heart of the skyward sprawl and pulled out the hollowed building manager and taken him off to the Greylands. So, how are you all dealing emotionally and existentially with your imminent falling off a building or building falling with you on it and then probably on top of you?
Let's see here. I imagine Hugh is probably responding mostly with spite. Like just blinded, like, God damn it. Should have seen that coming.
Yeah, I think Ren is like, oh, this would normally have been like so welcome. Like they've wanted to die this whole time.
Yeah.
And they just saw their god in a giant form and like experience like all this and go closer to the team than ever and are like, oh no, 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 no.
Not now.
No.
Like this.
Sorry. You know who I realize I feel like would have been perfect for this situation? Our Slug Blaster team. Like,
Portal opens up.
I was just like
And you
writing up
should enter, but
a draft of my like 2024 reading and playing and like, oh yeah, Slug Blaster. I think that was my favorite thing this year.
Yeah.
It's so good,
uh,
right?
Yeah. It is funny also like recommending it to people. I'm like, it's a great game. You need to like take apart the PDF to make it usable. Because otherwise you're just flipping back and forth. But vibes, like impeccable. Okay. How can we
Yes,
survive
best
this?
vibes.
Yeah.
That could be your followers. They could be our Slug Blasting team.
I have a draft document in my Google Docs that's just titled Dungeon Blaster, but we'll see that.
We're on top of the building.
You're on top of the building and the building is collapsing.
And this is when Sebastian begins his narration.
Excellent.
As everyone's panicking, I think calm just comes over him and he's like, and he goes into his theatrical voice. And is this the end for our intrepid group who've done so much good for the world? Is this how it all comes crashing down?
Hugh just staring daggers this whole time.
There were no memory as the ground gets closer and closer, no memory of all the things they did for the world as they are erased from the story in a smudge on the ground. But no, that is not what the fates and the gods had in store for them. Because you see, the what was the building made of? It was like a fungus or something, right?
It's concrete and steel, but there was a concrete rot.
Right.
Spores, so it was getting.
And that's what, but it was like a part of the being that the maiden pulled out, right? Was
Yeah,
part of that.
the building itself was like giving off these spores that gave people concrete rot, but the concrete itself was strong as hell.
Well, here, you tell me if this for some reason does not is not correct or applicable. The building, only so recently having been separated from the entity that was a part of it for so long, still carried some bit of that entity's life, essence, and memory within its molecules. And as the entity realized its gratitude for Rin, the Cairn Maiden's favorite servant, setting it free and allowing it to finally rest, the building was filled with the same gratitude. And slowly transformed into a wave that deposited our heroes gently onto the ground as if they had just won an international surfing competition.
Thick grind down it.
Say, that's right. Check it.
Cool. That sounds like you're kicking off All the World's a Stage. You
Yes.
have unfortunately disappointed the Watcher.
Oh God, that's right.
This will be a roll with disadvantage, but with a +3, so it's all good. Our old roll is still borked up. It might come back next year once the developer gets some free time to work on their free project. But the Silt versus one is still good. I'll paste it in chat.
I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do. Is anybody else disappointed? Or is it just me right now? Or is everybody disappointed?
I am
Hugh is
disoriented. Well,
oriented.
that's the reason.
I'm just wondering, like, if they can take part in my scene for that plus or whatever, or if they would be fucked if they did. Because that's how that works, right? I should know. Add one if each custodian participates. So I think I would kind of cue everyone to be like, take surfing poses, surfing poses. Come on, gotta make this, gotta sell this. And then, well, you know what? No, let's just do it. Let's just roll it. I've got plans. I've got plans upon plans.
Hey,
So disadvantage means I roll just two. No, wait.
roll
Two
three,
dice +3, but lowest die.
3 dice, lowest 2 dice.
Wait, 3 dice, lowest 2 dice. Thank you. Wait, why is it 3 dice? Because it's normally.
Normally 2 dice. We're rolling 3 dice and taking the worst 2.
All right. Why don't I remember how anything ever works? 3 dice, lowest 2, add 3. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what happens. How about a 4 and a 5 +3?
That is a 12.
Oh no.
That'll do it.
Actually, it's 13, isn't it? Wait, not 5 and 4 is 9 +3. No, it is a 12. Yeah, 12.
No worries.
I don't math well.
Actor, not an adder.
That's right.
Great. The Watcher is entertained for now. Any custodian with the condition that disappointment may clear it.
Yay!
All custodians who participated take the condition inspired.
Did I
And
participate?
Oh, that's right. I didn't add +1 from
wanted to
everybody else. Not that it matters. So it would have been a 13
I don't think anyone
Oh
did.
no.
if
Okay.
everybody else participated.
Sorry.
Nobody did though.
I was picking up my journey move.
Yeah.
And
Sebastian gestures to everyone to like do surfing and
Surfing
like
poses.
like
Zeph is smoking and
surfing.
you know.
Everyone's just contemplating their impending doom.
I didn't know Zev smoked.
It's on and off depending on the rating.
It's the wrong day to take out.
And how to hit some detail about the world from your performance is now true. Say what it is. And so I assume it's the building gently turning into
It's just something else.
Yeah, right. Something else.
We're still all dead, to be clear.
We all still die, but no. Oh yes, that is what I will choose.
Cool.
The gentle surfboard landing.
Instead of just being a TPK, then I think this is going to be some vitality rolls for people.
EPS.
Check it.
Cool. I think instead of having everyone roll vitality, I think I'm just going to do. We'll pick
Fortune
one
roll.
person to do a vitality roll. I think it's going to be straight because we'll take the lowest vitality because we're.
Oh no.
Who would just like to make a straight roll?
I mean, if it feels like it should be me since I put us all in this predicament.
I mean, it's going to affect a lot of people, so.
I have the highest vitality.
I think Mark said we're taking the lowest, right?
I think we're taking the bottom. We're taking the lowest common denominator.
Which is, does anybody have
0.
lower than 0?
What does the anesthetic prayer mark do? I have one usage of that.
That one, did we write it down? What
Oh,
is-
that just lets you skip time, I think. Or
Yeah,
something.
that's time skip.
I was trying to figure out if I had any object I
You'd
could
be like,
use.
"Hope this works. Boom. It's like, I'm either going to wake up dead or safe. So,
Speaking of severance.
So who's making the roll?
I mean, I could use the government manual if I make the roll.
Oh, yeah, you have.
I'm allowed to use an object for advantage.
Yeah, because it's the architectural one, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Architectural
Hey, that makes
miracles, guidelines for neutralization. Okay, so I'll roll
Great. So,
3.
what are you?
Good thing you were just reading about architecture.
What are you afraid might happen if you're not able to safely negotiate this cement wave form?
Oh God. I mean, then it claims me as its new saint and
Ooh.
reforms
Oh,
itself.
fuck.
Yeah. And since there's a god involved here,
Oh no.
less
Am I
than-
rolling with communion now?
no, it's just the community. It's
Oh, my communion is also 0. Okay.
the god move. What's it called? I should know this after 20. The revelation move. That's right.
Revelation. Oh no.
It is worse than it claiming you and making it the new manager. I mean,
Yeah.
claims everyone.
Well, okay. So 3 dice, bottom 2.
So you're rolling with advantage.
Oh, with advantage, 3 dice, top 2. I know how things work.
No pressure.
You do it.
Okay, here we go. 3d6.
You can do it.
That's a 7.
That is a 7. That will do it. That will do it with a complication.
I'm sorry, everyone. Unless I want to bump it up with them first, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'll take the complication. It feels like this should have a complication.
Feels right. Feels about right.
But then again, I mean, I could. No, it feels like.
It's nice not to die. It's good.
Complication first. So everyone's making it down relatively safely. What is a good? I think just everyone's going to take a condition, and you can decide how clumsily you got down. So, sprained ankle, banged up, concussion, whatever you want to describe your injury on the way down. Each person taking condition, unless we want to burn a verse to make it a 10+.
And that would just be 1 verse from me.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like the math works out for that. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and take one of these things.
Cool.
Oh, geez.
Did Sebastian use all of his special sauce? Yeah, okay.
You've used all 3.
The mutifier.
What sauce were we talking about? What?
The one that lets you
The
undo.
3 get out of jail.
Oh,
free
yeah.
cards.
Yeah, that's done.
What is moldering would be? I should know this. Oh, that's the final thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and oh man, I gotta burn these things one way or another. Let's see. I will take the bleeding revelation and narrate it later if I can, if I may.
That would be a narrative flashback to when you discovered that your initiatory writings are somehow connected to the bowling lit. Ooh, cool. Great. We'll hear that when we hear it. So yeah, everyone makes it out. I think it's the building not only makes that wave, but anytime someone falters, the ground kind of comes up to support and gently like chairlift you down. Cool. The building crumbles behind you. Cool hero shot with everyone walking away and the dust cloud coming up.
Putting on sunglasses.
uh, I think the servants of the Slag King are out there like cheering in victory. They did it. They they took down this abomination. Congratulations, everybody. Slag King is satisfied.
And everything's fine.
Everything's fine now. Sebastian. Great. Cool. So that's pretty much all there is to do here. Sounds like we should be heading somewhere else. Where would you like to go? There's the clinic, the abattoir.
Unmuted. I've got my journey move set up, and I think that kicks in after completing an assignment.
Yes, I think yeah, what is on the character sheet here is the only guidance for
Oh no.
for this. I'll go ahead and read. Concentration. So you can use it as so the first time you use it, it's just a regular journey scene, and then after you do that journey scene, after you do an assignment, you can go and.
Oh, okay, okay. So I activate this by doing a journey scene, and then
Yeah.
the two assignments we complete afterwards. Okay.
Would you like to do your journey scene now?
I'm kind of intrigued by it.
Cool. So first, where do we want to go?
Oh yeah.
The clinic.
Back to the original question.
Go back to the floating market if you want to.
Ooh, could we check with Mog Squamous and get like a black market clue
Probably.
if we go to the
floating
market? I don't know.
You have not completed the mini assignment, however, so it will be entertaining if we do that.
What will?
Returning to the floating market before you complete that assignment will be entertaining.
Oh no.
For me, at least.
Cool. So yeah, my suggestion is we use my journey move and go to the floating market.
Cool.
I thought our custom journey moves just applied to us when we did a solo thing. Is that not the way it works?
No, it creates a journey move. It creates a journey scene, which and after you activate it by doing the journey scene, then after an assignment, you personally can go to your secret place and do stuff. One's just like, oh, like you're taking the gang to your secret hideout. Cool.
Love
So
it. Yeah.
journey scene to the floating market then. Good.
Thanks for indulging me, everybody.
Yeah. So this is the anti-library, a former regional library overthrown by the Scrivener's followers. The massive, elegant structure is now a sinkhole filled with grubs, nickname Grubhub, where followers make pilgrimage to dispose of especially dangerous texts. Where is this between the outer glottage and the floating market?
Oh geez. Where is the floating market right now? I don't know if I know enough geography to establish it.
Basically, if you think of Lake Ontario,
Sure.
Glottage is kind of like north, like where Syracuse is, I guess. It's like it would be like Owego or something. And then the floating market is like down the Missouri River, kind of.
Okay. Okay. I'm kind of intrigued by putting this close to the floating market,
Yeah.
like a little bit out of the way of the city. But it amuses me if we were like right next to the place for so long. You just didn't mention it.
I haven't updated with place names, but this is kind of what the map looks like. So the floating market would be like in the middle of that river, the White Gull there.
White Gull. Wait, I'm not seeing things.
It's not labeled. It's like the I guess, is there a main river? I don't know. The longest river, and that has the dots on it there.
West east that goes over to the sea.
Yeah, so it's basically just like due west of Glenage.
Okay. Yeah, around there sounds good to me.
Cool. Who's driving?
Grover. Oh wait,
Rover could definitely drive.
I can drive.
You're like
Red can't
wake up in the
drive,
middle of the
right?
night and there's like a vulture driving with his like
Vulture is
so-
driving. How is this possible?
I think Belcher.
Really
I guess he
careful
would use his
driver.
beak, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Does Grover just take you there, or did you ask him to take you there?
Oh no. I think Grover insists that we have to go there because of the architectural book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So cool. It is exactly how it's described. It's a big sinkhole filled with grubs. What is everyone's impression of this place when you pull up to it? Hugh, have you been here before?
I think so. I think Hugh has complicated feelings. Like he instinctively feels like there's sort of a majesty to it, but there's also a lot of like religious officials kind of tamping it down, making sure that everybody is in the correct line to drop the right book at the right time. And that probably grates on him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. What about everyone else?
I think Sir is like, I could have taken you all to my special place. It's way better than this.
Just checking my questions before I decide my attitude. Okay. Yeah, I think Zeph is still riding the like the fuck this train. Just be like, sure, rode down a building. Now we're at a pit of maggots.
I shouldn't.
Why not? Who
Yeah.
cares?
Oh yeah, I have the peaceful condition.
Yeah, you got the easy feeling.
Yeah, I think Ren is just like, cool. I think they're really like happy to be like they're like really surprised at how happy they are to have lived, and they're being a bit quiet about it.
Nice. Cool. So the paint the scene question here is, what texts are being disposed of here today, and why are they being so thoroughly destroyed?
I think we find out Grover has been holding on to a like central government document about the Scrivener.
Oh,
He's perhaps that was his actual reason to get that.
it's an unlicensed faith getting rid of their intel is.
Mhm.
Grover's been on a secret mission this whole time. Anything else?
Told you I didn't trust him.
Anything else folks might feel like it's fun?
Um,
I think that's great. No one knows anything.
I want to. Is there something like uh just to paint the picture? Are there like library carts full of books and just people just like dumping them in? You know, or like
Um,
is it more like ritual
I think it's
like
much more ritualized. Yeah.
Question for Hugh: Is
Oh.
is there a grub saint here?
Yeah, I think there would have to be.
Like in the kind of munching away.
Mhm. Among its smaller brethren.
Yeah.
occasionally eating its smaller brethren?
Um, Ren is peaceful. Um, Zeph is fuck this. Um, Sebastian, I think I just need you to make a comedian roll.
A what?
No, I'm sorry.
So in the bottom of this pit is this, 30, 20-foot long giant grub of one of the fortunate followers who's been hallowed into a saint of the waxen scrivener, who is inhabiting the anti-library and consuming books, and it is disgusting. It is a giant grub. I think you're the only person who's not like whatever. Um, in
So
fact,
what did you say? A communion roll?
so how how does Sebastian feel when you see this?
Yeah, I think disgusted and surprised. Like he just never thought, he pictured the waxen scrivener and like just oh, it's like almost like monks. It's like books and stuff, and suddenly it's like, what the fuck? It's like this what giant grub? This is not what even is this religion?
Great, just take the condition disgusted then.
All right.
Cool. So you can do whatever you like here. The recall a time prompt is recall an event you witnessed or experienced that people deliberately recall. Okay, recall an event you witnessed or experienced that people deliberately suppress information about now. So anyone who read the text of the journey move again. Do, 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 do. While traveling here, you and at least one other custodian can share a scene where you discuss your personal history or relationship to divinity. You each will clear a condition, and then someone will stumble upon a clue. And recall a time prompt might help that along.
Although I don't know if his custom journey is the same as mine, but I have different effects for my custom. It says like different things I can do from regular journey scenes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the power where you mark it. So I don't know if it's the same as mine, or if you might have your own set of custom cool things you
No,
can
I
do.
think it's the same thing. I think maybe from now on.
Yeah. So after it's
Yeah.
visiting it, then
Mm.
after an assignment, you can go do your special power stuff.
Mm.
So yeah,
And I
recall.
think,
Or let me paste that in chat.
all right.
There we go.
I imagine Hugh tells Sebastian about spending some time with the Watcher in that traveling band.
Mhm.
And I think they got like rounded up by the Glotich authorities. But there was no record of it, and like the official word is that the Watcher has no purchase here. Or there have been reports of bands of unlicensed performers on the edges of our community, but those are of course merely rumors and falsehoods.
Thanks, Zeph. Not to anyone in particular. Just in general to the air. Talks about how you know, we helped the Slag King, but the Saint Electric has records of like entire neighborhoods that used to get electricity that were then disappeared for highways. Yeah, and no one talks about those communities and how those people had to move or stay forever. And like the only records that existed were yeah, a bunch of those electrical orders, which you know, it was someone's job to shred at some point.
Is it okay for Hugh to overhear this if you're saying it to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just opining.
Yeah. And I think Hugh is kind of like, how does that make you feel about the Saint Electric? Is that something you would care to monologue about? No pressure.
Well, I mean, this really makes me feel vulnerable, but
Oh, sorry.
no, yeah, I mean, in some ways, Saint Electric is no better than any of the other gods. You know, there's this hope that I still have that like the promise of the Saint Electric is a better life for everyone. But the fact of the matter is that some feed and some get eaten. Some are fed upon. You know, it's all. I don't know if it's just a shoot of the dice or what, but like you never know when your number is going to come up, what god you might feed, and to whose benefit.
I
But
think, yeah, Hugh kind of takes that in and, oh, sorry.
I mean, yeah, you know, like here, you have these grubs working for you, but like, isn't that everyone in our office?
We're all the grubs,
Working.
or
Yeah, we're all just chewing away at paperwork or copper wire or whatever we're doing, but it's not just to feed ourselves, right? We're working to someone else's design.
this always made me feel relaxed. Had we established that I had seen this before? I'm sorry, I forgot what I answered a few minutes ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, this, and to me, this is like this sense that I guess this is the core of the belief. This idea that everything gets forgotten and that we, on some level, go along with that. It's hard to put into words. I guess the important things are, but like this sense of all of the records of those electrified buildings getting eaten away, shredded. I hope they did a good cross shredding on them, but the idea that it's gone and that's good, and that serves, even if it didn't serve the Scrivener, it would serve for something. It would serve to keep us from being quite so weighed down with everything behind us. There are so many things I wish I could write and cast into the holy pit, and then they would just be gone, and I would just walk on air. Don't know where I was going with that. Also, these bishops are annoying as hell.
And I think as you say that, one of them approaches you and says,
Yeah.
"What have you brought us?"
Oh, and I think, yeah, I think there's some sort of verbiage for it that he's struggling a little to remember the right phrasing for, but he like produces the pamphlet or the booklet about architecture and says, um, dangerous words worthy of forgetting. Worthy of being forgotten, he corrects himself.
I never chose what was on the back, the last book of that page, did I?
You're muted, Peter.
Not this book in particular, the Reaching to Heaven using architecture to feed the gods book.
Yeah.
Last page is still undetermined.
Yeah. I think it is. I think it has did we have the author for that? Was that the architect?
Yeah, Lucien Beton.
I think the publisher made a deal with Slag King, and the book was partially sponsored. So the last page is actually a full-size recruitment form for the Slag King. And the bishop, as he's like doing the ritual,
Oh yeah, and this book is also going in with the group.
kind of looks at that.
Oh no.
And ooh. He says, "What's the meaning of this?" And rips it out and holds it up to you.
Oh no.
And it has your name signed on the bottom. Is this your way of telling us that you're choosing another faith yet again?
Oh no. And I think Hugh is speechless and stammering for a bit.
And you hear Rob shifts noisily in the pit.
Oh no. I assure you, after the day I've had, this is kind of spilling out. I assure you, after the day I've had, I would never sign on with the Slag King for anything. I have seen how they act. I have seen what they do. I am far removed from them. I don't know how my signature got here. Words are lies. The written word is a lie.
Agreed. What about your day makes you say that?
Have you heard of the Skyward Scroll?
I've heard stories.
We saw, among other things, a pile of bodies being fed to the concrete. We saw the gray spores infecting people so that they shuffled along, only able to, falling apart, literally falling apart, only thinking of building their building higher and higher blindly.
And this was the doing of the Slag King.
In a way, I think he says it like that. Like it set up the circumstances for this, definitely. They were trying to destroy it, but it was the thing that they had made themselves. Am I making sense?
And did they destroy it?
They may claim they did.
Who did?
I think Hugh just vaguely gestures at the group of them.
So you did do the work of the Slag King.
I can't. What even is the work of the Slag King at this point?
To build?
So we undid that. No, wait. He was like sputtering. The Slag King wanted to return the building to its original state as constructed by the Slag King.
Nice.
Now they just don't have a building at all. And he's got this like checkmate atheist vibe to him.
They have a clean slate from which to build again. I see.
No, and then he just quickly shuts himself off. Knowing that this is the wrong person to take that tone with.
I'll speak to the others about this. We'll decide what to do. And I'd like you to take the condition under investigation.
Fair.
But both you and Hugh are both you and Zephyr up to clear a condition. So I think you can't clear that one right now immediately.
Sure, but I can clear disoriented, I think.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you.
Would Ren and or Sebastian like to get in on this action?
I was thinking that I was probably searching through the radio, looking and secretly hoping to maybe hear some news about like what cool things we had done, like, oh, and this is again, in the in the vein of the scene of how shit gets covered up. And I think like all I hear is this report of like, some local vagrants and loonies have been trying to spread lies about strange activities over where this building was. But the Glottage, official word from the Glottage Architecture Department is that it was simply demolition of a building that was scheduled for demolition long ago and make way for a new highway. And it's just don't listen to the crazies trying to spread rumors and dissent. This was all planned by the Glottage Architecture Department long ago. Nothing funny going on over there. I'm like, what? Come on.
Arguing with the radio.
We did good. We did some. Wasn't the whole point was we do this and like that makes all the gods happy. All the gods want this building gone. We should have pleased all the gods. Everybody should be happy. And this is no respect. We get no respect. No respect.
Oh, and you all get to stumble upon a clue while you're here as well.
Does that mean I clear a condition for
Yeah,
participating?
I think Disgusted needs to stay because we just got grabbed that one.
All right, well, I don't have any others to clear, so.
Yeah. Yeah, someone can stumble upon a clue. Custodians in the scene tell the keeper, that's me, what the clue is and how they came across it. And that could be for either of the active assignments, I guess.
Oh man, I have a hit for something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, God. There's some sort of cookbook along the lines of how to serve God. Like there's something with information about preparing God flesh, but it's probably in like coded language.
Mm.
Like it's probably titled like The World of Ambrosia or something like that.
I just
So
like to serve God. I think that's
okay.
you know what it means.
I think there's lots of like very thinly veiled, like the taste is simply divine. And then, things like that throughout the cookbook where it's like, wow, you're not trying too hard.
Cool. I think our
I
job
can also see why they're destroying this.
is cool. So on the way to the floating market then. So your journey takes you down the White Gull to where the last location of the floating market is. And I think it's Ren that sees it looking out the window. You see Selesa's barge, and he is he has his jacket off. He's got shirt sleeves rolled up. He's got a little Panama hat on, and he is like with great effort, but cheerfully, it looks like kind of poling the barge northward upstream.
Yeah. I think that Red is like, oh, Slasa.
And he's like on the river. So if you want to, you could stop and honk and wave him down if you want to. I think that would be you'd have to get his attention.
Yeah, I think I tried quietly at first. I'm like, oh, Slasa. And maybe I asked Mort to go get him. Like, Mort, could you go
Get his attention?
get his attention?
Do y'all want to pull over and wait for him to pull up?
I'd like to.
Stop the car. Cool. You can pull over. That uh I think you see more kind of perch on a stack of crates there. Um and he seems to be having a cordial conversation with Mort. Like nothing is out of the ordinary.
Makes
Um
sense.
Mort flaps back. Um and Slaysa disappears for a moment. And uh tosses something overboard and then starts rowing towards shore in a tiny little one-person rowboat. Uh, Pulls the boat up to the side of the road. It's like that sort of like bouldery, rocky, like roadside embankment kind of thing. He kind of like pulls up onto the rocks, clambers up. He's like fanning himself with his hat. He's like, Solomon, to what do I owe the pleasure? Your friend says that you had something to tell me. News of the book, perhaps? Or
Oh,
was your other friend looking for his clock?
no, we just saw you there. Where are you headed?
North.
But you've been at the floating market for so long. What's got you moving north?
Things change, and much of my business would not benefit from police attention.
Mm,
You haven't heard.
no,
That's where
no.
I'm going. Oh, the market is being raided by the Glottage police. They're shutting it down or dispersing it for the moment anyway.
Oh, Sebastian's gonna be upset about this.
Many people are upset about this. Myself, the least of which.
Is
But
there anything we could do?
anything I can do?
We could do.
That's up to you.
I guess what I'm feeling is I it's hard for me to say because I mean, I guess you know more than anybody as you've watched me come visit you all these times that I thought I was on a journey for one thing. I thought in my hubris, I thought we were all on the same journey for one thing, just walking towards that day where we could finally rest into the embraces of the dirt. And I mean, we've just been through it. And I saw her, and she was huge. And everyone saw her. Maybe, I don't know. But I feel. You ever been following something for so long and then you're not sure if it's actually what you want? I wanted death. I wanted to finally rest. And all I could think as we were falling was, please not this time. I would like to stay with these people for just a little while longer.
In my line of business, I pursue many things, and some are quite worthwhile, and some turn out not to be. And if I'm fortunate enough to find out that the thing that I'm pursuing has become valueless to me, I simply forget it and go after the next thing.
Oh, I guess I'm new to that.
This is a business life. Don't bankrupt yourself chasing after a losing proposition.
Yeah, I guess I more than anybody should know that. You
Well,
got
In need of my services?
Sorry.
Were any of you in need of my services?
Yeah, did we want to try to get anything from him?
What can we get from him?
I mean, he basically runs the cursed shop from the Friday the 13th TV show. So what, you can get all sorts of stuff from him, but none of it's going to be good for you.
Cool stuff, but no consequences is what I'm hearing.
Love it. I love his stuff. I still have a painting I could use to drown
I
a small
think it's going to
area.
be different for us.
Got a
We
good,
could just get all his stuff and open a new shop.
you could definitely do that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, is there anything we can get from him? Trying to find the description of him.
Show you. He's got all sorts of fun things on his barge. Just depends on what you desire.
What assignments do we have? Leading witness, God feed. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but
We had a deal.
Right.
The cottage police were supposed to stay out of the market.
the police rarely do what you expect them to do, especially when you've made a deal with them.
Can I ask how the battle saint is responding, or if the battle saint is around?
Oh, yes, it's very impressive looking. It's in need of some encouragement, it turns out. And I was under the impression that someone was going to be supplying that encouragement, but too little, too late, I suppose.
Sounds like we need to convince the battle saint that the cops are its enemy.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, we need a new person in the battle saint, and that person's going to be Carl.
Just need to sacrifice someone to it. So
Oh, okay.
a little bit of blood will solve everything.
Hugh briefly eyes Grover and goes back to
He does know a lot of things.
I'm sure Ren is 100% on board with that plan.
Yeah.
Finally, Grover could be of some use.
Oh no.
And Slicey gets back in
Found
his,
your calling, man.
Slicey gets back in his rowboat and takes off and barge. And I think after he pulls up anchor, he gets back in his lounge chair, and the barge seems to be floating upstream by itself.
Let's see. Can I go ask Moggs Guamus about some God feed questions?
Yeah. So showing up at the floating market.
Yeah.
Indeed. So it is. I'm going to say Mog is there. Mog is in custody.
Oh no.
Most of the boats and barges were able to take off before the police got to them. Mog is not one of them, as she was singularly focused on her stuff. The battle saint stands on the shore. It is not moving.
Battle saint.
What's her name? Her name?
Whose name?
The new person. What was her name? Opal. Opal is sitting on the shore in cuffs, scowling at some police that are watching over her. Cops have a truck loading crates and barrels of all sorts of things that probably shouldn't be left out in the open, confiscating a lot of stuff. They've got a few other people in paddy wagons. Um, the assignment says you can salvage what you can. Each custodian may add an item to their altar, ask another custodian what it is. If you do, you also take a condition pursued by the Glottage police. So, free altar item.
But at what cost?
Being chased by the cops.
That's the cost. I mean,
do you? So, do you approach them? Do you approach the scene, or yeah? What do you do?
oh.
Grover pulls over while you decide.
Can we approach them kind of flashing by SD information or identification?
Sure, you can.
I don't know if that's a terrible idea. Do we see Mog? You said we see Mog?
Yeah, Mog is in custody. And they're transferring some nasty looking stuff from her barge.
Oh no. Oh man.
I want to talk to whoever's in charge.
Okay, yeah.
Who's in charge of you? Who's in charge of police force here?
Yeah.
Get a word with them right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Q is just hype manning at this point.
Let's see. Yeah, a woman who looks both kind of proud of herself and exhausted, wearing a detective's, it's not a uniform, but she has a jacket with some ID. You just like get out of the car and start yelling at her, yelling at people. Yeah. Great. She walks up and says, I am, who are you?
Sebastian Ward, BIASD. I'm going to lay this out for you real fast and real simple, and I'll use small words so you understand. And this is where I'm using my spellbinding tail, by the way, is what I'm doing here. Now, look, BISD, I know, doesn't get taken real seriously by a lot of y'all cops, and that's by design, because you know what? We like to be underestimated. We like to stay under the radar. We like for not too much attention, to be honest. But let me tell you something. When you get on our radar, it's a bad scene, lady. And there's supposed to be this market is under the jurisdiction of BISD, and there are not supposed to be any police here whatsoever. So let me tell you, the last time somebody interfered in a BISD operation, everyone involved and their families and most of the people they know all disappeared mysteriously. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen to you. Who can really say what the consequences are, what the gods have in store for any of us? Not me, not you. I don't know. All I know is this market is under BIASD jurisdiction and there's no cops allowed. So what the hell are you doing in my market?
Roll with presence.
I don't think there's any way for me to get advantage on this, but let me just double check it.
What objects are present here?
I know. I mean, I do have. Well, all I have is my valuable geometric artwork, but I'm not exactly sure how I'd incorporate that into this diatribe. You see this? We confiscated this.
Guy fucked with us.
Oh, you know what? Fuck that. No, I am doing that. You guys give me that. I am using that. I was like, for example, maybe you heard about the disappearance of that building that was full of concrete rot, a lot of Slag King members. I pull that out. Word has it, this was in the penthouse of that building. I wonder how I got that. But no, that was just all part of the Glottage Highway Department's plans. Had nothing to do with us getting rid of a building full of people who were trouble to BISD. That's how I use it. Evidence.
Great.
We had something to do with that. So now it's 3 dice, highest 2 plus 3, yes?
Yes.
13.
13. That
Oh,
will definitely do it. I just want to verify some information.
no.
That's never
About what
good.
other people know about the ISD.
Quietly makes a fortune roll.
Hey, what are you doing?
So 13. Yeah, that'll work. So that was a spellbinding tale on a 12 plus. The keeper. Nope. Oh yeah. Yeah.
My retroactive apologies for trying to convince you to use
great.
the
Um,
piece of the building.
so on a hit, they fall for your charm. They will either aid you in a task or reveal a clue. What would you like?
Well, I'd like for him to aid me in getting all the cops out of our damn market.
Oh, great. Fantastic. So she, you can tell by the look on her face. I think not a ton of people know exactly what the Bureau does, but it looks like she does. From the look on her face. And her ID says Detective Knight, Knight. She definitely does. You can tell from her face that she's probably had run-ins with the Bureau before, and she is terrified.
Oh,
Um, pulls out a little notebook and shaking hands, like pulls out a pen, draws down a couple notes, looks like she's scratching something out, puts it away. Says, I'm sorry, I'll make a call. And turns around. And when she turns around, none of the other police are there.
oh.
And she just kind of looks around. I'm going to make that fortune roll.
Oh no.
Just to see her. Yeah. Yeah. She turns around and passes out. She faints dead. She's like, oh, okay. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. She's
Dead, you say?
not that dead, but
Oh, okay. Never mind.
she has a,
Mork pokes at her, and I'm like,
she has
yeah,
passed in a
yeah.
Lovecraftian narrator fashion. And
Overwhelmed.
I knew no more.
I think even Sir is a bit like, man, sometimes I don't know my own acting power. So good.
Yeah.
You literally gave yourself a disease just a few days ago or a few hours ago through acting.
In fact, nobody is there. You just little kid from Twilight Zone to everybody.
Like including the rest of the custodians.
Oh no, you all are there, but every person not in your entourage has gone to the cornfield.
Oh, that means we can grab objects then?
And grab objects. You will still take that condition.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I imagine they will be investigating the disappearance of a lot of policemen.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
But
Is
not
the
like the
battle
market people, right? Because I didn't say they disappeared. Or you saying like the market vendors and
Yeah,
shit.
we'll leave the vendors there. We'll leave the vendors.
Just
Oh,
like
okay.
all the coppers.
Yeah.
A whole lot of cops.
Just who knows?
Just did the world a favor.
Except for the detective who has passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the one you were talking to.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man.
cool. What would you like to do now?
I think
Do I want
I
Do
kind
I
of turned
want-
to everyone. I'm like, problem solved.
to? And we all remember that there were cops there a moment ago.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say anything about making people forget, just making people disappear.
Okay. All right. And Mog is around, I guess.
Yeah, Mog's in a car, back of a squad car.
Free car.
Free car. Yeah, you can get a
Hey, we got a new car.
Upgrade.
car if you want to. Hell, you can
We-
take a truck. Yeah.
Then
Painted
Grover
paint-
could drive by himself.
And we can paint it over with BIASD logo.
Now I have this caravan of
I will not ride in that.
Oh no.
Somebody's got to ride in the back where the perps go.
Yeah, so what's your next move?
I'm going to ask Mog questions about Godflesh, I guess.
Are you with the
Oh
police?
yeah, what we came here for.
Do you like you know, uncuff her to take her out of the car, or you do question her in the car?
I think I think Hugh is just kind of bewildered, like, I guess I'll find the key that is left where a cop was. Uncuffs her. Uh, kind of yammering vaguely about, like, don't know what happened here, but we're still looking into the unsanctioned God feed plant. Has anything new come across your butcher block from that?
Um, well,
Oh no.
um, I'm just gonna need to. Are are you with the police?
I think he just has this moment. No, and it sounds like he's lying, but he's really just confused about what's going on right now.
Oh, did you already use Mog Squamous for a clue for
Oh,
that?
probably already for Godfeed. Let me check. Yeah, so maybe I can't do this, which is fine. Consulted once per assignment. Okay, so I have to ask. Oh, but I could ask Mark about the clinic.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help with the Godfeed stuff before. We're also looking into the Miraculous Clinic of the Leading Witness. Guess just asking if you've seen any shipments of like unlicensed God healing artifacts come across the floating market, or
Let's see.
any bracelets promising people to different gods.
Well, not myself, but they did come through the market.
Hmm.
Um, I I imagine they were just extra. I suppose it would make the most sense. Um, they came in, a shipment with other discarded items, boxes of plush animals, blankets, little treats, little miniature idols of various gods. I'm sure they just didn't need them anymore.
Oh
Like
wow.
in a crate from the clinic. I remember that.
Okay. Thanks. And sorry about the raid. Glad we could. And then he just kind of trails off.
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose.
Backs away.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if the market will be the same, but I I don't know if they're gonna come back more. What should we tell people? If someone comes, oh no, this could be even worse. killing a bunch of cops is probably going to attract a lot of attention.
Oh, who knows if they're killed?
Well, probably not going home. What a waste. Well, I should get back to it.
Right.
I have some tongue sliders.
Oh no.
Like I got a shipment um, from the Thousand Secrets.
Oh
Probably haven't
no.
heard of him. Very minor god. So many tongues.
Do I have to roll to resist?
I don't. You don't have any condition associated with the god
Not
feeding.
anymore,
No, they do sound delicious though.
yeah. Yeah, I think the others probably see me weighing it.
They tell me so many things.
And then like probably Grover is like, excuse me.
Zeph, what are you doing?
Uh, I've just been hands off. Just like, okay, rode down a rode down a building, uh, make cops disappear. I mean, I'm not. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess actually, sort of out of game. What do you all think our next move is going to be? Are we going back to the hospital, or or
Hospital has been untouched for a while, so that does make sense to me.
yeah? Um,
Because it's creepy.
Yeah, we're at midpoint. Let's take a little break. Let's come back at quarter after. How about
Cool.
think about what we want to do next?
But good point, Ben. Yeah, we should be thinking about that.
Cool. We'll see you at quarter after. All righty. What have we decided?
I think there was one vote for the hospital, and
Grove Hospital.
0 other votes. I
Great.
don't know if anyone else has
We're
any
at -1
feelings.
to solve the hospital at this point.
That's true.
Hmm.
Cool. So last time we were at the hospital. Oh yeah, all sorts of stuff happened. Great. Outside. Yeah, parking lot still set up. Same way, maybe even more folks have showed up. It's a little bit more of a madhouse, I think. People clamoring to get in, and the attendants are even more choosy about who's getting in. And I think the attitude is less festive. Isn't necessarily the right word, but people seem to be a little bit more subdued, I guess. And let me roll a die real quick just to see. Yeah. And I think the thing that stands out when you arrive is there are, yeah, there are some people who kind of stand out circulating, not among the crowd trying to get in, but kind of around. And they have they're all wearing like kind of crisp white, not like orderly uniforms, but and it's not like a uniform, but everyone's wearing like crisp white, nice clothes. Um, they look very well put together, and they just seem to be kind of like hands behind their back, hands clasped behind their back, kind of intently observing, like walking around the people coming in or trying to get in, and the actual attendants. Most of them don't seem to pay them much mind. Some kind of look at them and like shake their head and continue on with their duties. What would you like to do here?
I'm kind of curious about these new people who have showed up.
Oh, I'm sorry, they're pink outfits.
Pink. Oh yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I think Hugh tries to flag down the nearest pink vested person.
Yeah. It's a woman who's nearby. There's like maybe half a dozen patrolling the parking lot. And she doesn't seem to. Well, tell me how you're trying to flag her down first.
I think Hugh just has an inquisitive look on his face and waves.
And her back is turned to you, I think. But when you wave,
Oh no.
kind of like cocks her head a little bit, um, turns. As she turns, you notice a few things. First, something you hadn't noticed initially was that the clothes that they're wearing kind of shimmer or sparkle in the sunlight when they turn, and you realize this is because like small mirrors and what look like razor blades are sewn into their clothing. But that's not the thing that really strikes you.
Yeah.
When she turns,
Yeah.
uh, the first thing you see are her eyes.
Are they perfectly normal?
I mean, they are normal.
Okay.
They're wide open, dried and bloodshot.
Oh no.
As her eyelids
No.
have been stitched open.
Oh no. That's so no.
Um,
Not healthy.
and she doesn't answer you because her mouth is bound shut with like medical gauze that is probably wasn't black before
Hmm.
now. And she just like cocks her head and looks at you inquisitively.
Oh no.
Like, did you have a question for me?
Oh, yeah, and I think Q is just stammering at this point. Like, sorry, just this group seemed new.
Um, it's not a whale. It would
Oh,
be her mouth with gauze. And she's not like trying to speak, but she is like vocalizing back in.
yeah.
And the rest of them just seem to be like they're intently watching. Um,
Yeah.
I think behind her, one of the people who's waiting,
Yeah.
um, like the people in the parking lot are all like seeking cures for their afflictions, whatever they might be.
Yeah.
Some of them might be just like, oh, like I heard this is a cool new place to go, so we're gonna get in line. But some are actually like, you know,
Yeah.
um, and I think it's a kind of the line is restless, um, and an older gentleman who like something had gone wrong with his leg. It is not treated well. Um, and he stumbles and goes down, and you hear him kind of cry out in pain. Um, and she turns her head, and the other ones kind of converge on him, and they're just like lean over, staring with, and all of them have like the stitched open eyes, and they're just like, quietly observing him, not helping, just
Oh.
watching him kind of suffer on the ground.
Mm.
And eventually, an orderly helps him up, and they kind of
Dissipate or disperse.
looking for their next observance. And she turns back to you.
Oh no.
Do you have any? Let's see.
I'm under investigation right now.
Investigation. Yeah, I don't think that's going to visibly draw her. Inspired, peaceful. Yeah, no one is suffering enough for them to take notice of you.
Oh no.
What are the rest of you doing while this little spectacle is going on?
Zeph is keeping an eye out for what was his name, Brother Thumb,
Mhm.
and any of
Uh,
just making sure that.
Reverend is the one that you saw talked to last. Yeah,
Sorry, Reverend
Tooth.
Tooth.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure none of those guys sneak up on us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't see them out here, but they're probably around.
That was the faith that we had most contact with, right?
Yeah, the snuff
Well,
gods. Yeah, the what's their real name? Yeah, snuff gods. Yeah. We also I think you talked to It Could Be Worse a little bit. The ones that were chronicling the bad news, who were associated with the silver lining,
Yeah, yeah.
the counter cult to the silver lining. Oh, that's good. Hmm. Oh, those are all interesting. Yeah, cool. Lots of fun things to see here. What about Ren or Sebastian?
Man, I want some clues. We need clues, right? Don't we need clues?
Yeah, I'm game to go look for some clues. I think this place wigs Ren out, but
Oh no.
they'll probably cling to Sebastian a little bit.
More or less than like a regular hospital.
Way more. I think the Ren doesn't like that you don't like die here.
Yeah, and
Fate's worse than death.
the Carried Maiden kind of avoids this place too, right?
Yeah, the Karen Maiden stay here.
So I guess we're guessing that the pink vested people are attracted to suffering, right?
And you could ask other people about them as well.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, because when I cut my wrists the other time, they were like sticking their fingers in it.
Okay, that was
What? Is this the first he was hearing about?
yeah. Those were the Reverend Tooth and brother.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They were
Like a sis.
these people are just observing suffering. The other ones were actively causing it.
Oh no.
Where would you like to look for clues?
Seems like talking to somebody is probably the way to go, right?
Any
Get some clues.
corpses?
I'm sure you could dig up a corpse somewhere. Not the
Oh,
Hey, maybe they have a morgue here. I bet we could get some juicy deets from people who have died here as to what really happens here.
well, that last time that guy in the bucket wasn't dead.
Oh,
That was
that's
very
true.
scary.
Oh no. So the morgue could be full of not dead people.
Mm.
Worth
Not
checking
okay.
out.
Yeah.
Not only does it not help us, it's also misnamed then, right?
So I guess we should go.
Oh no.
We're here to inspect the morgue.
So just
Yeah.
heading in.
I'm a agent of
The
Saint
same
Electric.
electric.
Who are you
Gotta
saying?
make
here
sure
to
the
inspect
refrigeration is
some-
proper.
Yeah, we've heard some. Sorry.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, I'm broadcasting.
Mm.
Excuse us, everyone. Agent of the Saint Electric here. Make way. We've got to get through. Come on, team.
I think we're all like, what? Okay.
Those wires aren't going to short themselves.
I think we're also, but we've gone through this enough times with Sebastian. It's like, oh,
We just kind of fall. Yeah, I think Red just
Sure.
kind of falls into line. It's like,
And I
okay,
think
yeah.
Sir just naturally like is like, oh, cool, we're doing a play. So he falls in line. It's like, oh yes, sir. I'm very happy you took me on as your apprentice again, sir. Please show me all the ropes how to be the best Saint Electric agent I can be.
I'm just here for the 9 to 5 job.
Just like
I'm
And your
also an
beekeeper,
employee.
I have no generational wealth, therefore I must live a paycheck to paycheck subsistence, and therefore you are my boss, and I must listen to every word you say.
like
I'm in it because I'm passionate about the work.
just pay attention to my badge, my ID, everyone. Don't pay attention to anything else happening around me. Just the ID. Yeah.
Step one,
Uh,
check out morgue. Got it, boss.
Yeah.
He's the tech wizard.
Indeed, my collar is blue.
Gosh, do you have a collar? Is it like I'm imagining like
I mean, a bee-
Victorian Gothic, sort of like
Yeah, but you probably can't see it under the beekeeper hat.
Very wise of you, Rin, to wear your insulated anti-electric headgear.
Yes, safety first. I watched the company copper workman's comp video and learned we have to protect ourselves or else.
I think after a little bit of this business, um,
I don't see what's going wrong.
I think like you see at the entrance to the clinic, Phineas Gland, the guy who greeted you before, kind of like it looks like some attendants had like gone in and like they're like bring him out to the doorway and they're like pointing at you and like what? And he's like, what are they doing? I don't know. Okay, cool. Yeah, whatever.
Going that way.
They have their own means of doing things, I suppose. Let them do their work.
Hey, no, is there like a service door or I
Oh,
mean,
sure, yeah. I mean, you are
yeah.
welcome here. You can go through the front door, but you can do whatever you like. Yeah, there's definitely a service door you can go through.
Yeah. I'd like to avoid the people. So
Hey,
yeah, if there's like a service door and a way to a basement somewhere.
that's totally gonna work.
So I
Great.
remember our protocols from last time. Go to the basement, get freaked out. Yeah.
So Zeph, if you're leading this here,
Oh.
I mean, what are you afraid will happen if you're caught sneaking in instead of going in the regular way?
Oh, just 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 the worst vicious mockery.
Mockery.
Just
Muck.
um I don't know. I mean, actually Zeph is pretty sensitive. But um uh yeah, that actually I'm afraid that the hospital will like open up and welcome us in to like its the heart of its research laboratories
Hmm.
where unspeakable things will be done to us.
Interesting. Cool. This is gonna be a roll with focus, I think.
Okay. I'm inspired.
Yeah, you can burn that for advantage.
I'll burn that for a bit.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's
Obviously, you're inspired. You've taken after me and are acting. I love it.
I keep thinking like, did Zeph take like improv classes? And it's like, like he's doing work and it's just like, it's a boring
Just the free
grind.
one, I think.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, I do
Look,
it. I got it.
You
it.
Right.
spend this time, much time with Sebastian. You're getting classes whether you like it or not, in the car. Just
So yeah, it's 3 dice, top 2 plus 1.
Yeah. I got a 10.
That's a 10. That will definitely get you in with no problem at all.
But not too far in. That's just yeah. Yeah, I think at some point when we're like in somewhere,
Mhm.
I will like double check with everyone. Sorry, this is also partly because like I feel like the first time you guys went to the hospital, I wasn't actually there. I'm just like everything at the hospital is a little like, what are we doing? Who's everyone? Which almost also kind of works for Zeph.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense that Zeph would be the most confident here too, because we've all
Yeah.
been like,
Yeah.
It's like just tell me who you want me to electrocute. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. So I think at some point when we get somewhere, like, I mean, really, I am looking for the morgue
Mhm.
or something. But at some point, maybe before we go in, I'll be like, just to double check. What are we hoping to find here? Are we hoping for bodies or no bodies?
You're looking to answer the questions: which outlawed faith poses the greatest threat, or who is secretly funding the clinic?
I think the idea was to get to the morgue so that Ren could talk with dead people and get clues.
Mhm.
yeah, if there's dead people, then we can help them rest.
Yeah, great. Cool. So you make it an easy. If you're heading downwards, there you can go downstairs. do you want to go like as far as you can go down, or do you want to kind of like scope the place out? So like basement's probably gonna be like more like mechanical, or I don't know how it work. Um, yeah, what's your strategy?
Uh, yeah, not all the way down, just like the parts where we're less likely to meet or be interfered with by too many people.
Yeah.
Looking
Um,
for morgue or offices or something like that.
uh, I think I think the first floor you get to, you open the door and you're just like, fuck. Um, this looks like it's a recovery ward, maybe.
Hmm.
Um, there's it's like a long, kind of like the long room with beds on either side. Um, in fact, the doors on the end are open, and you can see into the hallway that there are actually um, like sleeping bags, foam mattresses and stuff on the floors as well. People are kind of like stacked up there. Um, don't seem to be any nurses or doctors or anything, just patients right now. And some are in bed, some are kind of shuffling around. There's one TV in the corner that's playing the popular police reality show Justice: Dispense. And there's a paint the scene question for you here. The paint the scene question, which I'll post in chat, is going to everybody. The paint the scene question is: how do the patients here seem unlikely to fully recover, and how do you know this is by design?
Hmm. Hmm.
I think one way is that like they're all hooked up to bags of clear liquid. And I think at some point in his travels, Sebastian learned that like generally they put an artificial color into actual medicines for various reasons to determine like types of medicines, and you're not giving the wrong one. Oh yeah, the blue, that's antibiotics, whatever, and the green, even though it says it's not needed for anything else other than just easy identification. And so he's pretty sure these are just saline bags.
Uh, yeah, I think it smells bad. There's no attempt at like cleaning people's wounds or even their beds, you know. I'm like, uh, yeah. So if a bed is vacated, then like someone else is put there. It's like, yeah, sure, why not?
Um, I think we happen to see like basically an invoicing form where it's all kind of in legalese to make it not immediately obvious, but like these are forms noting that they've taken fluids from these different patients, and it's just like here's the regular shipment of blood from patient 132A and bile from patient 132B. As per our form, you're getting this every month. Please send payment upon
Hmm.
delivery.
Oh yeah. And I think at there's like obviously like several times that IVs have been inserted and in any wounds, you can see that they've been like troubled a bit, like not let heal.
Great. Um, hmm. Yeah, and I think one kind of shuffles up to you. Um, he's in a hospital gown with the little non-slip footies. He's got the IV stand. The bags are empty. He's got kind of like a kind of wild hair, kind of salt and pepper all over. He just shuffles up to probably Zeph. He's like, "Are you a doctor?"
Uh, yeah, no, no.
Oh, bags are empty.
Seems like a problem. Are you a patient?
I am proud of it.
Hmm. How long have you been here?
A while. Getting better every day, though.
What, what, what originally brought you here?
Can't really say it's whatever it is. It's not worth remembering, I suppose. Sometimes I'm well enough to even help people out sometimes. I mean, some folks can't get around as good as I can. So
Hmm. They're lucky to have you.
the nurses said I can get scrubs eventually when I get all the way better.
Well, when was the last time you saw a nurse?
Oh, well, they definitely told me that. A while.
Hmm.
They're
Do
busy.
you remember?
Can't expect special treatment,
Hmm.
Why do you say you're proud to be here?
Well, I'm proof positive that it works. The methods.
Whose methods?
Oh, that's the beauty of it. No, I've seen other doctors. They all think they know the answers. But there's so many different types of people just waiting to help you in different ways. And some progress isn't always pleasant, but it is always progress. Look at me, standing here in front of you. Proof positive. What are you for?
I mean, we just want to learn more about how they're doing their miraculous work here.
Oh, well,
Yeah, maybe you could walk us through just like a typical day for you.
and he takes
Oh no.
he takes one of Hugh's hands and kind of looks at it and turns it
Oh
over.
no.
So,
Hmm.
well, you seem like you might be. I don't know what's wrong with you. Like looks up in your eyes, but it seems like someone of your disposition would do well to visit the inkwell.
Do I know what the inkwell is?
I mean, you know what an inkwell is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You don't know what capital I inkwell is.
The inkwell is that. I know what an inkwell is. Is this a special inkwell or something?
Oh, it's not an actual inkwell.
Of course.
It's the martyrs, the crimson inkwell. Very very fastidious, very very diligent and thoughtful in their methods. You seem like you would be the type.
I think Hugh looks momentarily offended, but then just kind of shrugs.
I think the
Yeah,
rest of
that
us are a
tracks.
little like, I don't know. Sounds like Grover.
I mean, I can show you if you're interested.
Oh, of course. I think Hugh actually winces at that point, like, oh
Try
no.
to keep up, and he shuffles um, out down the hall. Um, And yeah, there are plenty of people not receiving treatment here. And some of them seem to be suffering. A lot of them seem to be very content. And or not together enough to care. But he takes you to a room with a door with a little observation window in it. Looks like they're in session now. If you'd like to
Hey,
in.
can we just walk in?
Oh yes, clinic's open. Everybody. And anyone who can pay.
Hey. I think Hugh gently opens the door and steps inside.
um, it's a room, not huge, but like the size of a a patient's hospital room. One that like would have 3 beds in it, but does not have any beds. What it does have are some people sitting against the wall, kind of like lining the walls, and they have I guess shroud isn't the right word, but they have like linen cloths kind of draped over their heads, not like obscuring their faces or anything. Each one
Kind of
has
shawled around their heads.
yeah, it's kind of like sitting there. Each of them has a little journal. They're all different. Some are like little fancy leather bound journals. Some are just like sheets of paper kind of bound together with clips. Um, and in the floor in the middle is what looks like a conversation pit, only deeper, like almost like a swimming pool, not that deep, which is weird because this is just a floor of a hospital, right? But there it is. And would you like to go see what's in the pit?
And
um, it's well lit, at least.
well lit.
Um,
Is it a grub eating books?
As not as quite the opposite. In fact,
A book eating grubs.
there's
Eating grubs.
eating grubs, well, a little bit.
Oh no.
There's a man sitting at a wooden writing desk that is just like plopped in the middle of here. There's a desk lamp pointing down, and he is writing with what looks like a fountain pen in a journal. Like everyone else has a journal, this is his own. Looks just like an Office Depot like basic blank journal. He's writing it, and he's hooked up to he's got the IV tube in his arm. You can see that. I think as you approach the edge of the pit, his writing stops.
Yeah.
Scratching stop. You, and it just looks curious and a little bit wary, I think.
Do I can I look over what he's writing to see if
Yeah, I mean you would have to go down into the pit. It's not
okay.
It's it's easy to just like lower yourself down. It's not a difficult task, I think.
I think Hugh steps into the pit.
And I think he can kind of smell the grub on you.
Fair.
Back a little bit and seems a little bit protective, but continues writing as you approach.
Yeah.
And the things you notice as you approach are like the writing is in red ink.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine.
And the tube in his arm is not hooked up to an IV that is letting fluid in.
No.
but
so
he's
bad.
bleeding out into a sac that is connected to an inkwell.
Fair. Okay.
And he looks up at you and says, "You come to destroy my works."
Uh,
And you hear murmuring from everyone in the room when he says that.
I think yes. As soon as Hugh hears the murmuring, it's like, oh no, no. Right, Grover? um,
What brings the worm here to the Scarlet Inkwell?
I one of the patients said this was a, an interesting place. I'm not here on grub business. We're just trying to learn more about how this clinic does its miraculous work.
I think that's worth an investigation roll. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Um, huh.
Oh
Um,
no.
I mean, I think this is going to be presence.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think it's going to be with disadvantage because
yeah. Also fair.
you are mortal enemies. um, yeah.
Uh, can the ink blotter help me at all here? Or empty journal? Can I use the empty journals for anything?
Sure.
How do those work?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an alter item.
Yeah, was there something special about this? I guess not. Uh, look, yeah, if it helps you at all, here are some empty journals.
I'll bring it up to you. Just
Sorry, that'll bring it up to just straight up roll. Okay, and I'll roll 2d6 and see what happens. Rolling 2d6 plus 0 is a 10.
Hey, it's a 10. Great. So it's a hit. It's a clue with no complication. So you want to know more about how they work.
Yeah, that's how I phrased it.
Let's see. What clues do we have already here? Okay. Yeah, this one makes sense. Um, how do the miraculous cures occur?
Yeah, yeah,
I think you answered your own question.
yeah.
They're miracles. This this place is full of gods and those who serve them. And he's scrawling this down as he's speaking.
Okay.
I think every word like makes you wince. He's writing in his own blood.
It's from the heart.
It's from the heart. He's like everyone brings something of themselves here, and those who have nothing to bring soon find something that aligns with that which will heal them. We here, and there are many of us. I don't know how you found us. Perhaps your God let you, and he looks wary again, but we don't feel a need to recruit those who know. Those who are unsure of their own faiths, perhaps, and they feel like they've taken so much from others and they want to give of themselves. Join the Crimson Inkwell. Our martyr poets merely observe. Some, like the bleeding witness, take delight and power from others' suffering. I wouldn't even call this suffering, although some of us do come in great pain. We merely use our lifeblood to chronicle every moment, every precious human moment that passes before us. And when our ink runs dry, we're freed, and the next may take their place. Of course, this cure is not for everybody. Some wish to go other ways. But the ones who have chosen the way of the inkwell, I think, will find the most peace of any of them. And the clue you're going to get is IV tubes and equipment cords woven in ritual patterns.
Oh no.
You can see the, like, even the cord of the lamp is like, they're part of it's curled in a certain way that kind of resembles that sort of shape.
The inkwell shape.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think like as that is not pointed out, but as that becomes apparent, um, I think like you get sort of like the flashback clicks of like, oh, like you remember seeing like, oh, like this set of papers that people were taking what do you call them? Charts on or whatever, like they're aligned a certain way to align with like every bit of
It's a Kaiser Soze sort of moment.
exactly. All these
Drop a mug.
are actually skewed in a certain way to serve different faiths. And you see the tube in his arm, like it's running out.
Oh no.
He says, will you promise not to destroy my life poem?
Oh no.
Will you keep it with you?
Oh no. I Yeah, and I think Hugh just kind of holds out his hands and is like, "You've treated me with respect, but I don't belong here," he says, backpedaling, trying to get out of the conversation pit awkwardly.
There are many faiths here. Perhaps one that can cure what eats at you. He scribbles and slumps over.
Oh God. Oh no.
And after a minute, a couple of the figures come down to gently take him away. And someone else goes down and takes his place and
Oh no.
opens his journal and starts writing. What's everyone else doing while all that's happening?
I don't really know. I guess we have a dead guy now.
Oh, do you want to follow him to the morgue?
Yeah, I want to follow him to the morgue.
Well, that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, I can't take his life poem, but we'll take care of getting him to the morgue. We'll see to it that
Yeah.
he's treated respectfully.
They'll give us an inn in the morgue so we don't have to sneak in also.
Um, so do you want to follow the people who are taking him wherever they're taking him, or do you want to take him to wherever you think the morgue is?
Second, we're just taking him.
Right. Right.
Oh no.
Um,
I like the idea. Somebody dies somewhere, and we're like, "We've got this," and you look
We
over,
got
and it's just
this.
like it's us and like a vulture.
No, don't worry about
They look
this.
official.
um, Ren, are you giving comfort or performing final rites over this guy?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll say the prayer as we live down the hall.
Nice. Yeah, we'll get you a gurney. Make it easy.
Yeah.
Great. Go ahead and roll with communion.
And I don't know that I should roll with advantage right now because I already have +3 with communion. But okay, I'll save that for later. All right.
2d6 plus 3.
Oh wait, we're not using roll with me anymore, are we?
Nope.
No.
I pasted the link in chat, but it's also in the heater.
And
Oh, that's not it.
There we
That's
thank you. All right,
That
let me
could
get
have
the
been
new one.
much worse.
Dallas dice roller. And then I'm rolling 2 plus 3.
Mhm.
All right, I rolled a 12.
Ooh,
+3 is a 15.
15. Literally the best you can do.
Yes.
Oh,
Great.
So I did really good.
You did really good. You did really good.
Not
When
bad.
offered to the dying or perform final rites over the course. On a hit, you can clear a relevant condition. You want to clear peaceful?
No,
All right, cool.
finally, I'm peaceful.
On a 10 plus, you may also choose one. They reveal a clue. They make a final request of you, or you are given a memento.
Clue.
Clue.
we're not done with you yet, sir.
We're not done.
Great. You tell the keeper what it is.
Is that true? Do we want a clue? We have enough?
I think so. That would give us a nice
Yeah.
advantage on.
Okay.
got-
That would get us up to +1, I think.
Yeah, you're at even odds right now. Or not even, you're rolling with a +0 right now if you theorize.
I wonder if the clue is a crumpled up piece of paper. Like as if a poem had been started, but
Can I make
wasn't.
can I make
Yeah.
maybe it is a page from his book that he has intentionally kept in his hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he saved one.
Yeah, and I think he says, like, because you can talk to him. I think he says the page that I've saved is for you. What does the page say?
It says believe in the self that believes in you.
Fantastic.
I'm watching too much anime.
If you're doing motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking kick that grub's ass.
And then we get mechas.
Just drawing the boobs.
Boobs. So
Cool.
many boobs.
You have that fifth clue then. Great. So since it sounds like Ren is the one wheeling the gurney, where are you wheeling it to?
Wherever he wants to go. So does he want to go to the morgue?
Where does he want to go? That's a great
Yeah.
one.
Oh man.
Where does he
Yeah,
want-
so I think we might go on a journey
Oh,
wherever he
no.
wants to be buried. Sorry, everybody.
Okay.
Hopefully it's close. Hope it's not in the Linger Straits.
No, it's not. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, he just says, take me to the garden.
Okay, yeah, we'll take him to the garden instead of the morgue.
Um, and I think an elevator opens when he says that, and it's going up. Is everyone going? Okay, great.
I mean, we can't just wheel the gurney into the elevator and like,
There you go.
press
Bye.
one.
Good enough, close enough.
We've had enough elevators this week. Thanks,
Now
we're
time
good.
for a freewheeling
Mort
discussion.
hits all the buttons.
We will edit the journey to entering the garden.
Okay, good.
This is the Tranquility Garden. It is in a courtyard on the ground floor. There are frayed wind chimes hanging from an ornamental maple tree. There's a dried fountain in the middle full of fallen leaves, kind of brown and gold. There are a couple of hollow statues, hollow as in HOLLOW, not people, sculpted in comfortingly smooth features, one holding up a red marble heart to the empty chest cavity of the other. The gentle, soothing hum of many people standing upright somewhere echo, not reverberate through the room. There's a paint the scene for everyone here. And I'll paste it in chat. Paint the scene is this space was designed as a place of recovery and silent repose for those processing grief. How has it been co-opted by fringe faiths?
There is set up, kind of put away for now in one corner, a small puppet stage where obviously like somebody like comes down here to do little puppet shows for them. And I'm like, recognize that.
Watcher.
One of the trees has rope yeah, rope, string, chains just wrapped around it. With well, yeah, I don't know. I think that's enough. I was gonna add bones, but I kind of like it just being wrapped up.
Can we hear where the humming is coming from? Or is it just kind of all around?
It feels like it's coming from all around. I think if you really focus, it feels like it's maybe coming from below, but this
I
is courtyard with earth, so that'd be weird.
Oh no, I think somebody is sitting peacefully in the room and kind of drifts off.
Mhm.
And then a couple of sort of robed figures come in and throw a cloak around them, and we see that it's marked with very strong prayer marks. And that person just kind of, without opening their eyes, kind of sleepwalks out along with them through a darkened door, and it closes with a heavy thunk.
All that. Did we lose Ren?
Right back.
Sorry, I needed to grab a snack. So we're in the garden now?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I get to,
Did you answer the paint the scene?
oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just really enjoying Peter's description. It was so good. Yeah, so this place, I feel like there's also like quite a bit of prayer mark graffiti
Mm,
on the walls.
cool. Yeah, and he says, let's see, what is the yeah. Um, and he says, you can just leave me here. The dream will take me. Has anyone marked a verse of prophecy? I think we have, right? Yeah, we got one, two. Oh, just Hugh and Ren. Um, cool. So we will ask this other question of Ren and Hugh. How do you know that an angel dwells here, feeding off the sorrow of
Um, I think that when he says, "Oh, just leave me here, I'll do the dreams," and like observing the guy falling asleep and being taken, Ren starts to feel a little upset. And this is like their first burial since they realize they don't necessarily want to die. And so they kind of look down at their feet and they hear like giggling every time they feel sad.
Mm.
But like
Oh,
inside
man.
inside their head, not necessarily able to be located.
Um, yeah, and I think that same door clicks and creaks open, and Hugh kind of looks forward into the darkness a little bit and is only just able to make out like a distorted face. Um, Probably with like a rictus smile. um, and oversized eyes, but it's like you're kind of building, filling in a lot of gaps because it's deep in the shadows.
Yep,
Uh,
very skin and rain coated.
and there's like this, yeah, and there is this inner question of how do you feel? And in his own mind, he was like, ah, and the door slams.
I think the humming and it, there might be something else going on like underneath that. I think everyone's kind of not not lost time, but just kind of lost track. And I think Ren, it's just you that notices it's not clear how long after that um, that he is standing up, feet together, standing upright, eyes still closed, and you hear him start to hum. Not exactly in harmony, but it resonates with the other hums. And everyone else notices too. It's just like everyone's just like feeling kind of dreamy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm feeling kind of at a loss for what to do.
Yeah. And his head tilts back, and if his eyes were open, he'd be looking at this guy, I
You
think.
better not give us an announcement from biased.
And he seems to be sinking down into the earth, standing up. And if you allow him, hard to tell how long it takes, but he will fully submerge and join the chorus of the other hums underneath.
Can Ren still talk to him?
Probably, yeah. Oh, Ren, do you
Yeah,
want
I'm happy to.
um when you kind of open yourself a little bit to talk to him, I guess. Because you kind of have to feel for him because he's not right in front of you. He's in the earth below somewhere. Oh, there are many other voices.
Oh, geez.
And I think they're not speaking. They're all doing this like soothing chanting hum. But there's a lot of them under there. A couple dozen at least. What are you afraid will happen if you join them?
I'm afraid that yeah. I'm afraid that if I join them, then the others can't come with me. That I'll have to do it alone.
Mhm, mhm. Um, is it worse than that? I don't think it's worse than that. I think it's just a veiled move. It's a veiled
Dead and alone.
move. It's a move with focus, though. You're trying to keep it together, or not even. You're trying to like to not succumb. So it's a
Oh.
+1.
Oh, I can't believe I have one. 7 + 1 is 8.
Cool. You do not succumb to it.
Great. Wonderful.
However,
Oops.
uh, ooh,
However, we stumble on a clue.
Yeah.
I think what happens is, so how does your faith, I guess, help you kind of shake off the hypnotic hum that's happening here?
Um, oh, I could use this as an opportunity to monologue.
Hey.
Pew, 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 pew.
Uh, I totally forgot about that. I think my questioning of my faith helps me actually in this case. I think I'm like, oh, if you had only caught me a day before, that siren song would sweep me quite under. If you had only known how I have searched every day for a garden as peaceful as this one, a resting spot so full of loamy soil, able to wrap myself in the moist embrace of my earthworm brethren, I would have not even had sufficient imagination to dream such a lovely place. To me, this place would have been perfect a day ago. But having come so close to actual death recently, I think it might be that the way that humans are different than gods are that gods are relentless and have one desire for us, and that humans, no matter the futility, we resist that. And I know that this may be blasphemous to the one that I still hold very highly in my heart, the Cairn Maiden, but I do not wish to go. I wish to stay with these people. There is some peace, yes, but that is not why I stay. Peace is not really the state we exist in. Not on our own, not with each other, but there is something beyond that peace that I had always been searching for that is here and I must remain for. So, with all that, I will just say not yet. Even if it means I'm lost forever.
And all at once, all of the humming stops. And it is silent. And I think, Ren, when you look around, everyone else is frozen. It's not like time has stopped, but nobody is moving. And there's a voice. It sounds, it feels like it comes from the same place as when you talk to a dead person, but that is not what this is. It is rotten.
Yeah.
And it says, "Are you here to bring peace to those who are grieving?" And it's saying it in like a mocking way. It's not a
I think I used to think that. But I think I come to bring peace to myself. I do not pretend it works for others.
You're not here to take advantage like the others.
As tempting as it is. I think today all I can handle is my own peace.
But you're not at peace enough to let go.
No, not even close.
And you feel the voice kind of like almost taken like a relieved, um, but kind of like a chuckling sigh, I guess. Like, like it almost, like it was worried almost for a second. And it says, "I'll make sure then that you focus only on yourself." And the hum starts up again. And it feels louder than before, but it's just because it just started off. It feels like zero silence. Um, and the others are moving. It's I think it kind of jolts everyone out of the kind of reverie they were in. Um, and Ren, you don't feel the dead people down there anymore.
Uh,
And I'm just gonna give you the condition blocked.
Great, wonderful.
You are positive that was an angel. You're not familiar with a god it was associated with, if anything. And it is right beneath you. And I think we will end it there.
That's so scary.
Damn it.
Cool. Let me just take a note or two here.
Went to a peaceful garden, chilled out.
Garden.
We should have gotten the morgue. Less scary.
I think this is the closest thing there is to a morgue here. Great. Woo. All right. Good time. Let's look at our questions. End of session. End of session. Collect rewards, no rewards. Answer end of session questions. Let's start with Ren.
Yeah, I did both of mine, even though I almost forgot. I delivered a monologue about the futility of individual choices, and I struggled with my personal faith. So that's 2 for me.
Also engaged
Although,
an angel as well.
oh yeah, I touched
Ooh.
by an angel.
Uh,
Although none of my points matter anymore, but I am still going to try to get them all.
Did you write your custom faith move?
Oh wait, no, I guess not.
Yeah.
I have one more. It's just
Yeah,
all grayed out and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's the keeper goes a little bit south when the advancements go too high, I think.
Horror. Okay, yeah, I'll write that.
Great. Zeph.
Delivered a monologue. That's pretty much it.
All right. Sebastian.
I don't think I did shit. Um,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter, and the points are made up.
With your faith at all?
Did I engage with a god? I didn't, did I? Any point?
Not directly, I don't think. No.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
You did entertain a god.
You did.
So yes, Sebastian was asleep this time.
And Hugh.
Delivered a monologue.
Leave it a monologue.
Forgot to undermine biased for my own benefit.
Did you assign the true cage with a
Yeah, talked with Mog.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do stars and wishes then, starting with Peter.
Star for the creepiest room in the entire clinic being just a nice place to chill out in a garden. Wonderful work from everybody there. I'm grateful for everyone, Star for everyone for going along with that custom journey move that I threw together. It was nice to see how people were rolling with that. Yeah, I really liked the monologues from Zeph and from Ren. Yeah, I love that this game has a mechanic for just giving us room to prod each other into talking and letting us kind of vent about things. Wishes. I'm keen to see what the final thing is like. So I'm interested in seeing what is on the other side of these last 2. And kind of how what we've done so far feeds into what is to come.
Yeah.
Wishes. I am so bad at remembering any other wish other than monologue, but also, so if anyone can help me with that, I'm eternally grateful. But also, I want us to make better use of all of our hangers on at this point. We have Wirt and Hope and Grover, and I'm sure they're happy to jump in on to give us advantage on things. Yeah, and also it was fun seeing how objects, like a star for everybody using, or those of us using alter objects. I think that's been solidly entertaining. And it's a nice to see us tilting more towards smoke them if you've got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, I think, all the specific ones, all the usual ones for stars for everyone for playing good characters, and Mark for running a great campaign that gives us room to contribute lots of stuff.
Cool.
Yes, stars. Seems like, man, I don't know. It feels like a lot happened this time. Like I'm thinking back over, I'm like, it's funny because sometimes it feels like very little, like we stay in like one place the whole time and do one thing, but this time, like, we did a lot of stuff this time. It feels like.
We opened on action, which helped, I think.
Yeah. I stars to I like Zeph taking charge and everybody making it play. despite whether Zeph wants it or not. It's like, we're all playing roles too. We are also employees of the Saint Electric. That was fun. I love when the group gets silly together. Yeah, as soon as whoever I've already forgotten said like, use our companions more. I was like, oh yeah, god damn it. We started this. I was like, do something with Hope. Use Hope. She's here to do something, and I did not. But yeah, fun all around. I think that's it, really.
Any other wishes?
Yeah, I want to resolve this trying to get Carl into the Guardian thing.
He's coming. Believe me, he's coming. Awesome. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah. Stars for everyone. Specifically, I was thinking like Heath slash Sebastian for getting us out of an issue in a fun way. I know, Peter, you said like at least once, maybe more than once, about like how we were indulging you with your journey scene, but I thought that was a lot of fun and like in building out the world and giving us something else to play with.
Yeah, that really felt, just like jumping for a second, like that really felt like one of the weird journey scenes from the show. Like when they visit their guy, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go off and like, I don't know, we gotta go over here," and it's like, "Oh fuck, a giant grub." Anyway, bye, and like never go. Like that really had the feeling of one of those from the show. Anyway, sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah. Mark, the hospital has all these great, terrible little touches. And a lot of freedom in our movement to get there. And Nick for Star for Ren's conflicted journey about life and death. So wishes for next time. I am curious also what the Institute mystery looks like. But I'm also curious, like, I don't know how many. Well, I'm curious to see how many cults there are at the hospital, and to actually decide like which is the worst.
There are 6 named ones, but many others.
Okay. Wait, how many have we met so far? There's
so far you've met the Bleeding Witness, the Stitch Eyes, the Crimson Inkwell, It Could Be Worse, the Snuff Gods, and you're just getting your toes into the Drifters Upon the Slow Wave. And there's one more. Which
yeah.
would be,
so I'm just
interesting for the coming other assignment as well.
Yeah. I'm curious how we resolve this hospital one. I'm kind of hoping that we like meet them all, as opposed to like, I don't know. I feel like we've had like 1 or 2 mysteries where we've just been like, yeah, this is the answer. Like, I'm just curious to see like who we actually think is the worst, if that's the mystery we want to solve. Yeah, those wishes. Yeah. That's it for me. I'll pass it on.
Awesome. Nick, then.
All right, let me find that mute button. Yeah, definitely echo what others are saying. Always lovely to get back to that hospital. It wigs me out so much. Really love that epic action scene that Sebastian gave us, and I agree with the journey scene from Hugh. That was really neat to be like, wait, what the fuck? Okay. Bye. To have that mystery. And just really love Zeph's like journey, like this kind of going from like a little bit naive, like adherence to a job to like, well, fuck it. Feels very authentic. Yeah, and I think for me, a wish I have is I was thinking about like the horror of Silt verses is so much in the gods like needing us to like not needing it, but like it doesn't that there will always be gods because we believe in things. And so our beliefs create things. And in the Silt verses, especially like that so a lot of it is capitalism and the death making of that. It's like the horror of what our beliefs give us. And I think I was just thinking about that and was like, oh, I wonder what that means for Ren and these other characters. Like, I feel so related to my research too, of like, oh, what we believe shapes the world. And in a horror way, like who suffers in these situations, who benefits. And I'm curious about what that means in these terms, because I think that's a really interesting theme in this day and age. Yeah. And big stars to Mark, as usual.
Any wishes? Did I miss?
That was my wish, just to connect with the universal theme of ideology creating worlds.
Great. Cool. We'll continue to do that then. Yeah, stars are on. This was super fun. The hospital, I think the clinic is my favorite my favorite assignment. There's just like it's so dense. There's like, yeah, we've touched a little bit more than half of it, I think, and this it feels so much already. Yeah, and like going off of what Ben said, like I think it's really interesting that the like what would be the main threat in another assignment is almost incidental. Like the Bureau doesn't care about the fucking angel underneath the hospital. Like it cares about like which call should we be worried about. It's like, okay. So I'm curious to see how like how the assignment is resolved, but also just like how that ties up. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna be neat. Yeah, I think you should be able. I mean, you'll definitely be able to answer the question next time, resolve it. Maybe, who knows? And then yeah, looking forward to knocking out the last couple. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, the building surfing was great. Ben's takeover was great. All of Ren's stuff with dead people, good. The fucking journey scene was amazing. I really like some of the moves, and the spellbinding tale one is one of them. Are great because something good happens on like a 13. It's like you gotta be careful what you wish for, or else all the cops will go away. And then that's gonna be worse probably. Or like, oh, you're gonna give yourselves concrete rot. Yeah, moves like that where it's like do good but not too good. Oh no, I'm too good now. Yeah, those are really fun to play with. I think that's all I got. Anyone else want to say anything before we say goodbye to the internet?
Just another star from Mark for making cunning use of the last page of the architecture book.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to use those, and they're so much fun. I think.
Yeah, interesting. I wrote my journey scene, but it's funny because I looked at Peter's and I was like, well, I just did what it said there, but like it doesn't say like Peter's was. I'm debating whether I need because that he added in the two things like the recall the time and the paint the scene. I didn't do any of that. I just wrote the scene of what it was, and I was like, oh, do I need to include that shit in mine?
Yeah, that's part of it. Cool. Sweet. Anything else? Awesome. Goodbye to the internet.